Good morning, hello, and happy Tuesday. You wanna right here? There you go. Asitsu, hello. How are you doing today? Hopefully better than yesterday, right? Hopefully GitHub didn't go down and take you out of commission for a bit. I spent a bit of time combing Zilby, getting a whole bunch of fur out of his fur, a whole bunch of fur out of his fur, a whole bunch of his sort of shed fur out of his coat. Hopefully he feels much better. I need to do that a little bit more often this time of year because it's starting to warm up and he's clearly shedding and accidentally getting a whole bunch into his mouth. Much better. Issues today. Don't jinx it. Well, if I did, I'm sorry, and if I haven't yet, then we could stop talking about it. All right. So last night, I logged in and like downloaded the changes, and then like literally in the middle of that, like my like get ready for bed alarm went off. So I got no progress on the app. So what we have, oh, interesting. Okay, so Jot expired. That's also good to know. We run into this problem. So we have to like continuously update the Jot, which is good. That's good. I think that these last for 2 hours. I want to say that. Okay, so I believe we're working on the test today. So if we new up, we could run. Is it npx? No, npm test. No, npm run test UI. And I believe that there was a test down here that was failing, and then that's it. Like once we get that, we're good to go on this on creating the tags, I guess, and displaying the tags, and then we can move on to creating the courses. All right, this one. It's thinking about it. This one specifically is showing. Oh, only authors can manage tags. So it's basically saying we log in as an author. Okay, and this one also failed. We don't see the link here. Okay. So we log in as an author and we should see the tags link, and we are not. Now, if I log in as an author here, oh, this is Meow too. That's why. If I log in as Meow, I have tags here. Okay, and I am an author. So something interesting about that. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Okay, so I think this is which it's a first text in tag spec. can navigate to the tags page. Okay, great. So we log in as role author and go to that page. Okay. I wonder if it's because, well, let's see. So we go to the login. I don't remember how to do the go to. Like, I don't think like F12 or anything works in here. No. So we have to go to utils. Here's the login function. So role author page. Okay, so we go to slash, wait until the network is idle. We have this user info route that we define, and we're going to fulfill user info based upon the role, which is going to be this role here. Can I? No, this thing here. Can I change this to be something like role dot learner? Okay. Role dot learner, role dot author. Yeah, look at this. Okay. This is only a learner, and it's supposed to be an author. Learner gets learner info, author gets user info. Okay. I think that's right. Let's try that test again. There we go. Okay, now you're fine. Author can see the list of tags. That failed. Okay. Only authors can manage tags, but clearly an author here. Let's see what happened. So we went. Oh, we attempted to go to, I believe, the tags page. I wish I can click here and have it like show up here. What happened? So I think here. Oh, that's interesting. We get this quote like that. Okay, so we're logged in. We go to slash, we wait until network idle. Oh, I go straight to tags again. Oh, I think I understand what happens here. It probably went to the actual. I don't see anything. Here it is. User info application response. Oh, roles author learner. Okay. I wonder if I should have it not go straight to tags, but I should have it click the tags link and sort of navigate there. I feel that that's getting me better results. When I do the login route, it tends to get me it leaves me in slash. So if we're happy here and then I just want to go do tags, so let me just find that. That should be fine. Yeah, that works. Okay. So if I try to go straight there, now if I try to go straight there in my browser, having logged in here, does that work? No. Okay. Well, maybe actually that's a maybe then that's the problem that really should be fixed. Okay. Okay, let's go back to this. Okay, so if I navigate to tags, that's fine. But if I try to hit refresh here, that's not fine. Why is that? It's because these tags, it's because this page is waiting. Okay, let's go. I think I know why. I think it's waiting to see. Oh, I don't have access to the thing, don't I? Because that's all it's asynchronous. Okay. Pages tags. So as soon as the component loads, we check to see if we're not an author. And if we are not an author, we set the alert and we go back home. That's clearly a problem, right? Because to begin with, we don't know yet. Oh, I think I now understand why we have an is loading. Okay, so we're gonna, okay. So let's go to our auth store and add in. So we have logged in access. Let's do a loading here. So pub loading is going to be a bool. But we need to set, loading, we need to set this to be true. Can I, in modern default, can I set this like with something like this? I don't remember if I can do something like true or. Oh, it may only be used within enum variants. Oh, fine. Okay, so we have to implement default ourselves. Twisted Seed, hello. How are you doing today? Okay, loading is going to be true because normally a boolean is false. What are you upset about? What? Function cannot return without recursing. Why not? Spanish pair, hello. The derivative crate is good for the derive overrode of true. Alternatively, manually derive. Yeah. Why is this? Why does this cause an infinite loop? I was trying to do default. Oh, is it default trying to call this over and over again? Oh, so I have to do everything manually myself? I don't want to have to go get another library for this. Yeah. technically I am doing that. I was just hoping it would be smart enough to like not freak out. I mean, it'd be nice. Okay, so scope. What type? Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so logged in. This is a Boolean, so logged in is going to be false. Access token, I think, is an option. Is an option. That's going to be true. Oh, that's going to be none. Scope is a string, so it's an empty string. Expires in is a U32, that's a 0. Token type is a string, that's a string new. Yeah, you've always just used the crate because it's easier. I know. With web development, we have to like keep on worrying about like size and all that stuff. And I'm already a little bit worried about like how big the binary is that we're sending up. Alternatively, you could define a default method on a struct, which then changes the one field and does the rest to the derived trait. You could define a default method on the struct, which then changes one field. Oh, are you talking about like a new thing? Yeah, the only problem here is I'm not the one who's initiating it. The 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 framework is initiating it. So, unfortunately, it calls default for me. So I can't, yeah, that's the only problem. What are you? You are an option string. Okay, so you're none. I know it's a painful restriction, but also it kind of makes sense. Like when you're talking about like a centralized store framework, if I'm not building it myself, I have to sort of play by these rules. All right, so I can maybe create an empty vector like this. And then loading is going to be true. All that for loading. Okay, so that should be happy here. You should still be running. Okay, great. Now, let's head to app. When we've successfully, okay, so use effect once, we load the token from a cookie. If there's an error, okay, so interesting. Okay, so we get the token, which is then some token, and then okay, then we come down here. If we have a token, auth dispatch, we do all of this stuff. All we're doing is we're adding this to the store. And then after we're done with it, okay, so at this point here, we're done now. So we can now do an okay, so this is I want to do this inside of wasm bindgen. So I need a clone for this. And then here we do an auth dispatch. Yeah, because like what if we don't have one, right? Yeah, okay. So at this point, we want to do another auth dispatch. We'll reduce mute. We'll say auth state. Loading equals false. And that'll be that. Okay. You always see people using the macro vec instead of vec new, but wonder if you replaced all those in the entire code base, whether you would see minor improvements to compilation speeds without the macro calls. I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, I do it because I'm lazy. It's easier to type. But yeah, I don't know if that would actually make that big of a difference. Or if it would make, I bet on a modern computer like this one, it won't make much of a difference. Maybe if you're compiling like on a Raspberry Pi or like a really like a cloud server, maybe that would make a difference. I don't, something interesting. Is there something like FlameGraph for the compiler? I'm aware of like FlameGraph for runtime. That can help like find runtime slowness, but I don't think there's one for compiler slowness, right? Okay, so we have you. You're good, and then we're gonna head to now. Wait, did I save? I'm gonna go to pages tags. Okay, so we're gonna have to do this in a use effect now because it's gonna like load multiple times. So let's see. What's gonna happen here? It's gonna load once and everything is not set up, and then it's gonna load again, but I don't think this runs again. So like I think that if I do something like if auth store, it's not what I want to do. Oh no, I wanted the auth store. If that, okay, so if if not loading and we're not the author, I'm guessing that this is not going to do what I expect it to do. So come to here, we're fine. We come to here. Oh, we're also fine. Now, let's log out and go to tags. Oh, okay. Well, maybe that just works. For some reason, I was thinking I would have to use the use effect to each time that it loads, but apparently this is essentially running each time it loads, so we're fine there. It's like so often, like I guess like each time the component re-renders, all this code is running. I thought maybe it was only gonna run the HTML return, not everything, but maybe it is. And because I don't care about state in this case, it's gonna be fine. You'd imagine it would be negligible, but you see it so often that you wonder if they aren't hundreds if in any given code base. But the next question is like, how many would it be to like make a difference, right? Would it have to be hundreds or thousands? That would be a really interesting test to just like, well, the other problem, the other problem is that if you try to create a test where you're just like creating a bunch of vectors, but they don't do anything, the compiler will see that and compile them away, which is then not an accurate test for how fast they'll compile. So you have to actually use the vectors for real. So that would be interesting. It would almost be like coming into here and like doing a sed to find all the vecs that are just empty and replacing them outside of it with a vector new. There's interesting constraints because often the generated code is what you'd write anyways, but I think the vec macro uses vec with capacity versus empty vec. Yeah, so it might even be better for your code to use the macro. I mean, I would imagine that. Okay, so we have you. Let's head back to our tests and see if you all pass now. And by that same idea, would using that derivative crate make any meaningful difference to WASM size if it is purely macros? I mean, hopefully not, but it could. You still failed. You failed for the same way. So author can see the list, but if we come here, we can see only authors can manage tags. Oh, but wait, you're a learner? I'm attempting to log in as role author. I think what I want to do is update the login page to then go to a specific other page. I think that might help me out here. So let's go to utils. Update. Okay, so we have the page, and then we have like maybe the destination, which is I don't think can you loop through enums? That would be amazing for like types like this. Otherwise, it's gonna have to be just a string, which is not great. Oh, and destination string, I can basically say, okay, that's gonna be by default slash, and then I go to the end here, and you become destination. So if I do that, and we go, what is it? Tag spec. I don't have to go here anymore. And we say tags. Oh, now you're failing too. One last thing before you're off the bed. The Twiggy program from the Rust WASM GitHub is interesting for WASM profiling. Oh, interesting. Okay, we'll have to check that out. Thank you, Spanish Pear, for hanging out right before bed. And have a good sleep. Twiggy program from the Rust WASM GitHub. Oh, that opens Chromium. Twiggy Rust WASM. Code size profiler for Rust. Oh, nice. Okay, we're going to. Where am I going to put this? Probably web. All right, we'll take a look at this later. All right, so that caused that one to pass. And then how about you? Yes, okay, everything is passing now. Excellent. Oh, now you don't pass anymore. Why not? If I run you, you're back to being a learner again. But if I run you one off on its own, that works. I have a sneaking suspicion that the problem is due to me running multiple of these at the same time. So when I'm running as a learner, it's the defining the network body to respond with, and then this one runs when I'm trying to be an author. That's the only thing I can think of that's going on with this. So if we go to playwright config, if I say fully parallel, don't run in parallel. Oh wait, so that's true, but then we have these workers. I might have to, if we're in CI, otherwise be interesting. So that's for opting out, and it wants if it's in CI to be one. So if I change it just to be one, that means it's gonna be one worker. Even if I have fully parallel on, it can't do more than one. So if I run you all again, it's probably just gonna take a lot longer because it's gonna run them top to bottom, right? No, this is still running. Oh, do I have to restart this to have it read the new config? Oh, I bet I do. Yeah, okay. Let's try that. Yeah, look at this. Okay, so it's now running one at a time, which takes significantly longer, but it should guarantee that it's going to get the right return. Well, that's too bad. I was sort of expecting that the state of what would be returned would be loaded into that worker, but it looks like it's shared across threads. Uh which to me is like we why can't this be like Rust? Luckily each of the tests are pretty fast. Why is that one taking so long? Are you failing? Interesting. Okay, so that one's failing anyways. So author can navigate. Okay, so can we see what's going on with this one? New page, go to slash, set up the route for that auth0 domain to go to user info, and it's going to return the appropriate role. Okay. We add the cookies, which in this case we don't really care about. We go to slash again, and look at this, we're a learner. We're going to the destination, which is slash. Login as role author. Huh. Why are you failing here? It almost makes me wonder if I need to like debounce. No, debounce? No, it's not. That's not the right word. Trampoline? I forget the right word for it. To create the login as like a function that always returns new state. Like I think something is going on with state with this login function. So we have this login function which takes in a role and a page and a destination. We go to slash, we wait until network idle. We hit the route. Okay, so basically we define, hey, when we come here, if I hit this, I want to fulfill it with this thing. I wonder if this would make it a little bit better for me to. Well, it shouldn't really matter. I should fulfill it with this. We add the cookies, and then we go to the destination. So load slash back up again. Wait until network idle. When I run this on its own, it works. When I run it right after this test, you're not logged in at all. Okay, can view a course, can join Discord, has a title. You're even an. Oh, you're a learner at this point. Why? Okay. Why are you a learner? Do you somehow not have a? Oh, because if you don't have a role, look at that. This is deleting the roles. Of course. Okay, so I think that's what's happening. Okay. I think I get it now. So we have our auth spec. Um, all right. So this is absolutely a problem that Rust would solve because I am accidentally mutating a global object when I don't want to. I want to be getting a full deep clone of this object. So let's actually head back to the mock data. So for this user info, let's turn this into a function too, just like we did with tags mock data. So it's unique every single time. So export function Oh, I guess I want to do that. Okay, so if I do that, now you're going to be very unhappy in a lot of places. Okay. Courseless mock. Oh, this should be login only. Oh no, but the auth spec. I think that's the one that doesn't use login, does it? This does all the stuff itself. So here's this user info mock data. I mean, I could just run the tests and they'll tell me they'll tell me which ones fail. Okay, so let's go back to running multiple at the same time. I think that was a red herring. Interesting. So this is process is one or undefined. Undefined, I guess, is as many as possible. Interesting. Okay, so then quit you. Okay, I'm expecting a bunch of failures here because we just changed a object to a function, and that's probably not going to do what we expect it to do. The problem is JavaScript thinks it's perfectly legal, even though it is TypeScript. Okay, so here we go. It wants this one is okay. Auth redirect should work. Line 56 of auth spec. There we go. Okay, so this is user info mock data. Do that. Okay, line 75 also. I guess we could search for user info mock data. I want to do a search because I can't guarantee like this. Okay, so this one we call the function. That returns this thing. Okay, so really what I want to do is do const user info equals that. Then user info update that. There we go. Okay. So then this becomes user info that we return with. Okay, got it. Looks like it's gonna be the same thing. All right, I think that's everything. At least in here. There's probably other tests too. I just realized tags is not going to work, right? It's testing this page, not the other page. Oh no. Okay. And auth redirect is testing. Okay. I probably don't really need to test auth redirect for accessibility either. That's testing login. That's testing create account. That's testing courses. That's testing slash. Okay, that's good. So we need to fix test tags accessibility specs. We need to actually log in with this. So let's fix that really quickly. So accessibility. Oh, but that means, okay, so we have routes. Guess it shouldn't really change if I'm logged in as one or the other. So let's log in. Okay, so test, we'll do await, log in, so role. We'll just log into all of them as an author. We'll pass it in the page and then the route. And then that way, I'll probably do this after that. Oh, course list mock data is fine. We do this. We don't have to go to the route and wait to the network.io. That will work. Okay, so that should be better for this. That should also cause the pages one to fail with this new system, I think. Maybe? Or maybe you're fine. Only authors can manage tags. Oh, right. Here. That. That should make you happier. Error getting page. Okay, so I might need to consider how to do this better. I might want to do, I want to do like those ones separately. Okay. Until then, you're all happy. Okay, tags. Authors. Can navigate to the tags page because, okay, so an author. Error logging in from the cookie. Let's roll author. Oh wait, is it because I just fixed that? So maybe it's happier now. Okay, that is happier. So now everything is working, except tags is still not really testing tags. So I kind of need to test tags separately here. So I almost feel that I want to say, okay, tags comes out, and then I do another. I mean, I almost have to do this separately because like it's just its own thing. So let's do a Okay, so tags. This is going to be tag should not. Okay. Okay, so we go GraphQL URI. I don't care about this. Oh, I don't care about the course list mock data, but I care about the tags mock data, and that's a function. Okay, so I can do that. Login as an author. Go to slash tags. Then scan it. Make sure it's equal to that. Okay, how about you? Error getting tags. Okay, what happened? Oh, so login failed for the role. Missing field LMS tags. Oh, at that point, it needed the LMS tags. Okay. Oh, I thought this would work. Oh, because is it GraphQL twice? Am I overwriting it? This is just to the auth0 domain. That should be fine. Okay, so for you, we await page route to the GraphQL URI. We hit you with tags mock data. Okay, what do I do in here? Page route, GraphQL URI, route fulfilled. Oh, it's JSON, not data. Oh, it's JSON. Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay, so I could just do tags mock data here. There it goes. Okay, so now I see, now we have a list of tags. Excellent. Okay, so we still have everything working. Just one last time. And now we should be happy. Okay, 24 out of 24 passed, 100%. Everything is good. Let us. Okay, let's do our. Let's see. We have authors can create tags. So that's working. I want to test. Oh, the next thing. Let's see. Let's do cargo check. Auth redirect. What line? Auth redirect line 3. We don't need that log data. Okay. So cargo check is fine. We could do a cargo format, but then maybe before cargo format, let's let's do check cargo clippy. Tags. Okay, so we don't need that clone. All right, so I think what I can do is I almost want to like add in another. Let's try this. Remove that. We'll pane split right. I should probably figure out how to run Clippy as part of Rust Analyzer in LSP0. That'd be nice. All right, so this is line 95. We don't need that clone. Same page, line 128. We don't need that clone. Okay, so that should do it. Excellent, and then we can finally do a cargo format. All right, so fixed, Clippy warnings. That should be good for everything. Let's do a GitHub PR create. Only authors can create tags. I think that's fine. Submit that. This will take a little while for it to run. It has to run the cargo check and all the check formatting and everything else. But once that's done, then I can merge that in and it will do the auto deploy and everything else. So that's great. Okay, so what's next? Next is going to be creating the course, which we can do. Let's see. So creating the course. When we're an author logged in, we want to see this link. So I want to make this link disappear if we're not here. If we're logged out or anything else. So we probably want to add some tests for that. We go to create course as an author, and then we have, I guess, just a form to fill out. So it'd be like name the course, anything else that we need for information, like initial information for it. And then we can go to maybe the course page for that and edit the course to like add an article for it. So we're getting really close. How are you doing? I didn't really get to the create course, unfortunately, today. It looks like most of it was spent on the last little bits of this. This always takes forever for it to run through and do. So that's unfortunate. So I guess maybe I should just end it now. I'll see. I got the pull request. The last thing is just to merge that in and let it finish. As soon as the pull request runs in the main branch and passes, that deploys out. So that will deploy out to. Oh, I don't have it here. I think it's learning. Yeah, deploys to here. So we'll see. Like I can go to tags as logged out. That will disappear as soon as this new update is done. Okay, so that's great. I'm curious. What is the size? This is built, I believe, with production. I believe I have that working. So our WASM. Our WASM right now is 0.5 megabyte. It's not great. Is that kind of want to double check? Okay, so you finished here. And you're happy. So if I do GitHub PR view, checks passing, ready to go in. Okay. Let's do a GitHub PR merge. Okay, so we'll wait until that goes. Here, let's take a look at this. So go to GitHub for close main and build. Okay, deploy. Yeah, look at that. Okay, so we're building for release here. So this is build for release. For that, Twiggy, what can I do for this? It analyzes a binary calls graph to answer questions like, why was this function included in binary in the first place? Who calls it? What is the retained size of this function? Oh, that's cool. Okay, so we can install that, then run cargo install Twiggy. Let's get that. Sibley's not here anymore, so. Oh, okay. So you're not really copying for me. Cool. All right, so once that happens, what's next? Background knowledge and concepts that are useful to understand when using Twiggy. Okay. Consider the following functions. If we treat every function as a vertex in a graph, and if we add an edge from A to B, if function A calls function B, then we get the following call graph. Okay, so well, it doesn't show like where main is running here. So in main, oh, it's not tab indent. Oh wait, yeah, it's not tab indented. I'm confused. It's not great. That opens. Does that never close? Oh, here's the close of main. Okay. So we have a bunch of functions declared inside of main. Like shred here that calls nar shred and bluebird. But nothing's actually calling. Like nothing's happening. Oh, I guess that's probably why it's allow unused. So shred calls nar nar. Nar nar calls weather report. Is that how it works? So shred calls nar nar. Nar nar calls weather. Okay, there. Yeah, that's how it goes. Weather report calls oh, that's a thing. So weather report calls shred. Oh yeah, that's gonna cause issues. Shred calls blue. Okay, that's a double. That's fun. Baker calls hood. Narnar also calls pow. Pow calls fluffy. Pow calls soft. Okay. If there's a path where A to B to something to C through the call graph, then we can see that C is reachable through from A. So soft is reachable from shred. Dead code is code that is not reachable in a call graph from any publicly exported functions for libraries or the main function for executables. Imagine that shred was our executable's main function. Oh, so it can't get to hood or baker. So therefore we should remove baker and hood. In this scenario, there's no path through the call graph from shred to baker or hood, so they are dead code. We would expect the linker would remove them and they wouldn't show up in a final binary. But what if some function that you thought was dead code is appearing inside your binary? Maybe it is deep down in some library you depend on, but inside a submodule of that library that you aren't using and you wouldn't expect it to be included in the final binary. In this scenario, Twiggy can show you all the paths in the call graph that lead to the unexpected function. Instead, you understand why the unwelcome function is present and decide what you can do about it. Maybe if you refactored your code to avoid calling y, then there wouldn't be any paths to the unwelcome function anymore. It would be dead code and the linker would remove it. Let's continue this example call graph. That's also, all right, we're in deploy mode. Imagine the pow function itself is not very large, but it calls functions soft and fluffy, both of which are huge, and they're both only called by pow. So if pow were removed, then soft and fluffy would both become dead code and get removed as well. Therefore, pow's real size is huge, even though it doesn't look like it at glance. The dominator relationship gives us a way to reason about the retained size of a function. In a graph that is rooted at vertex R, vertex A is said to dominate vertex B if every path in a graph from R to B includes A. It follows that if A were removed from the graph, then B would become unreachable. In our call graphs, the roots are the main function for executables or publicly exported functions for libraries. V is the immediate dominator of a vertex if V is not equal to U, and there's... Okay, but will this show me the size? Like that? Okay, this graph is not telling me that it's going to show me the size. If it does, then yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Generic functions and monomorphization. Okay, so I don't really care about the concepts usage. Twiggy is primarily a command line tool, but can also be used as a library crate from within other Rust projects or compiled to a WebAssembly and used from JavaScript on a web or from Node.js. Okay, so we can do Twiggy help. Let's try that. All right, we have Twiggy help. Or to get more information about a subcommand, run, okay, Twiggy subcommand -- help. Got it. The Twiggy top command summarizes and lists the top code size offenders in a binary. There we go. Okay, that's what I want to see. The Twiggy path subcommand finds the call paths to a function in the given binary's call graph. This tells you what other functions are calling this function and why this function is not dead code, and therefore why it wasn't removed by the linker. Well, am I going to get a nice graph? You showed me this nice graph. Are we not going to get it? Are you not going to like export something that can like turn into a graph visually? The Twiggy mono subcommand lists the generic function monomorphizations. Okay. Retain bytes. Okay. Okay. Difference between the Twiggy garbage subcommand finds and displays dead code and data that is not transitively referenced by any exports or public functions. Interesting. You would think that that would have removed it. Yeah, okay. So this is what we're going to get. We're going to get a table. Okay, so let's do top, I guess. We'll try top. Twiggy top. Oh, input. Okay, hold on. Let's do painful size. Um, oh, there's an output destination. Okay, so the following required arguments were not provided input. So this would be what? Dist? Oh, I meant, let's go to LMS. Twiggy top dist. It's a lot of stuff. Oh, it won't let me. Okay, so I have to come through here like that. I bet that's why the output exists. So I can output this to a file. Okay, so I want to output destination defaults to standard out. The format the output should be written in default text, but I wonder what formatting options I can have. Okay, so dash out. Let's go to my maybe like desktop. This will be, what am I thinking of? Twiggy. Twiggy.txt. I don't know what it is. Now if I go, there it is. That is really huge. If I zoom in, it's gonna lose some formatting. But okay, so I can see like this data zero is. Oh, rand is huge. So I would save shallow bytes. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, we could definitely take a look at this and see what's going on, and maybe be able to close this like. Oh, use max items. Was that an option? Oh, the maximum happens to display default 1, 2, 3. So that's what, hundreds? 1, 2, 3 thousands. 1, 2, 3 millions. 4 billion. 4.3 billion items. Nice. Let's see. In the meantime, oh, you are deployed. So we can come out here. If I hit refresh, tags is gone. Okay, great. So that should now be deployed. Let's take a look at what the new 2 megabytes now. 2 megabytes is the size of our WASM. Okay, that's less good. So this is ballooned up quite a bit by adding in the tags feature. We already had web, we already had GraphQL and some other stuff, so it's not great. Like, I do assume that like most people who are going to be taking these courses have like good computers and are using desktops, and so like it's a little bit better, but it also kind of sucks at the same time. So yeah, we can definitely take a look at the at everything here and play around with it more. Like if I try that, what was it? Max items. And we do something like 5. Max items, which isn't. Wait. Oh, it's N. It's N. So I just do N5. Uh, there. Now we can get that. Yeah, so Rand. Interesting. So Rand is huge. The nav bar is huge. Oh, wait a second. Oh, okay, never mind. It is going down. It's just that, and 28,000 more. And of course, those are huge. So, BB title is huge. I mean, I guess it doesn't make that. It makes kind of sense. Like libraries and frameworks are not known for being small, especially ones that are trying to be like React. So not terribly surprising. Hopefully, it doesn't balloon too much more than 2 megabytes, which we're at right now. I could imagine us getting to like 5 megabytes. That would suck. Then maybe we'll see. Maybe in like a year we rebuild this entire thing in like Leptos or something. So I don't know. We'll move forward from that. But anyways, that's a future problem. We've deployed this. Everything is good. So Thursday, when I'm back, we will start working on creating a course. So that's what we'll be doing then. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with me today, and have a great rest of your Tuesday. Have a great Wednesday, and I'll see you Thursday morning. Have a good one, and bye.